Hello everyone, I'm Vivi and welcome back to another Ratchet and Clank video. This time I'd like to discuss something that I actually stumbled upon over on Twitter. Someone asked me this question: Vivi, would you ever expect a collector's edition for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart? Well, actually I find this question very interesting, so with that, I thought why not? Let's discuss this topic. With Ratchet and Clank now a vital IP for Sony, confirmed by Shawn Layden a while back, what are the chances of Ratchet and Clank going beyond? And what I mean by beyond, well, should we expect a collector's edition or any other special edition of Rift Apart? I won't shy away from saying that Ratchet and Clank now joined the big boys, aka the AAA category. Sony acquired Insomniac Games back in August 2019, so that means Insomniac Games is now a first-party studio, which means that Insomniac Games makes games for the PlayStation console exclusively. It was always like that, to be technical. When looking at Ratchet and Clank, it's an IP owned by Sony, so yeah, they were always producing Ratchet and Clank for a PlayStation console. Ratchet and Clank is technically owned by Sony. But now it's made, I guess, clearer. Sony bought the studio. Insomniac Games now belongs to Sony. The publisher wants games for their console from Insomniac Games. They know that Insomniac Games can produce first-party titles they're looking for. Just imagine what type of funding Ratchet and Clank or resources this game will now have, now that they've joined Sony after all these years. Insomniac Games has been independent for a lot of years now. Now looking at Rift Apart, the latest upcoming installment for Ratchet and Clank, heck, it looks gorgeous. Sony is going all in on this one. They know Ratchet and Clank falls in the family-friendly category of gaming. There's a huge market for it. And perhaps in this market, especially after the success of the 2016 reimagining, sales-wise, people might be willing to get their hands on special editions of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. At least I would personally love to purchase a collector's edition. With Ratchet and Clank now joining the AAA gang, at least that's what I think, they're basically joining other first-party studios. We got Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch, Santa Monica Studio. They're all owned by Sony. Naughty Dog gave us The Last of Us 2, Santa Monica gave us God of War on PlayStation 4, and now we have Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch. Now what do these latest installments have in common? They're big, they're well-established franchises. Well, technically Ghost of Tsushima is new, but the companies themselves, they are well-known, well-established. That's what I mean. Other than that, all these IPs have received special editions. That's what they have in common. Including Marvel's Spider-Man on PlayStation 4, Last of Us 2, well, we got a limited edition PS4 Pro bundle. There's literally a special edition. There's also a digital deluxe and a collector's edition. God of War got a limited edition PS4 Pro bundle as well. Digital deluxe and also a collector's. Ghost of Tsushima, we got collector's, launch edition, special edition. Spider-Man, collector's edition, limited edition PlayStation 4 Pro as well, and digital deluxe. Typically, these, let's call it, special editions, they contain steelbooks, statues, or figures, if you want to call it that, pins, early unlockable content, etc. Heck, Ratchet and Clank 2016 had a pre-order bonus. It was the Bouncer. Now that Ratchet and Clank is basically considered AAA, I could imagine at least a special edition or a digital deluxe edition for Ratchet and Clank. Heck, Sony might consider a collector's edition, why not? Rest in peace, my wallet. Collector editions, on average, will expect to pay between $150 and $200 US. I mean, a Ratchet and Clank collector's edition sounds neat to me. What I'd imagine, it would typically follow the trend we have now. A statue or a figure, call it, a steelbook case, a mini art book consisting of concept art. Those are the tentpoles when it comes to collector editions. As for the rest, there's so many creative things a collector edition can hold. Actually, going back in time, a crack in time in PAL regions, well, there was a collector edition, not a huge box, but just a special case. It was a cool looking box with pockets or folders. There was a digital bonus code, which would give you early access to Insomniac's museum in a crack in time. There was a little art book in there, consisting of 10 pages or so, and that's it. Ratchet and Clank unfortunately lacked in that department. I'm not saying Ratchet and Clank never had merchandise. It did. We had the Stubbins plush for Clank and Ratchet, Pixel Pals, Ratchet. Some of you probably forgot about these figures from the Future Saga back in the day. Heck, Insomniac Games has its own store now. You can find Ratchet and Clank merchandise. But now that Insomniac Games has been bought out, and knowing that Sony fully acknowledges the market for Ratchet and Clank, I feel like Ratchet and Clank could potentially enter the digital media department. I would love to hear your own expectations if ever they announce a collector edition or, a special edition of some sort. I just can't imagine Ratchet and Clank having a DLC episode. Meh. Spider-Man, Marvel, Disney and all that is just a whole other story. Anywho, with that said, I would like to hear your own thoughts on special editions like I said. Alright, so leave anything, okay? And yeah, I've been Vivi and thank you so much for watching.